Do you want to know the secret behind the success of students who score good marks? Then you're at the right place because here today I'm going to share some of the tips and tricks to score good marks in your board exams. So, my number one tip would be to be regular in your studies. I know this sounds general and everybody gives you this advice, but trust me, this really works for you eventually, because I've realized this after I appeared for my exams and I scored good. So yeah, be regular. I mean, whatever is done at school, just make sure you revise it and go through all the concepts at home, because in that way you will be able to memorize the concepts better. Not only memorize, but remember this and all the other concepts for a long time. So yeah, be regular. My next tip would be to study extra on weekends. I know you're studying very hard on weekdays and you need a break on weekends, but just don't keep weekends for that break only. Try to study extra apart from whatever is done at school. Make sure you do something extra. Now here I would like to add some personal experience. When I got into the 12th standard, I had this thing in my mind that I want to score good. I want to work hard and I'll do my best. I'll give my 100%. And I used to revise and study for at least like 4 to 5 hours daily apart from the school hours at home. And on weekends, I used to study extra. Like I used to keep a subject at which I am weak. So in that way, I was able to improve in my weak areas. Since I was a commerce student, for me, accountancy was a bit like a weak area for me. So I definitely made it a point to devote time to accountancy on weekends. So in that way, you will not only be able to study extra, but also improve on your weak areas. In that way, you will be progressing and heading towards a positive direction towards your goal. So yeah, study extra. Next tip would be choose your time of study. My time was morning time, since I had the best concentration in the morning time, and it varies with different persons. Of course, some may be able to study better at night, some at evening or in afternoon. Whatever be the case with you, just try and identify which is the time when you're able to concentrate the best, and put the most difficult subject in that time. So in that way, you'll be able to succeed in the most difficult subject as well. The next tip would be to make a timetable. Trust me, this has really helped me a lot. When I was studying, I used to make sure that I have a timetable. I have like a certain timetable for my whole day, so that I can have a look like what my day looks like, and not just study, also try to make a timetable for other activities like as well, like if you want to cook or read or write, like any of your hobbies, or watch TV or indulge in sports or go to gym, whatever it is, just make a timetable. Just allot time to each and every activity. So in that way, you not only just study like crazy, but also you are able to do other activities and rejuvenate yourself as well. So yeah, try to make a routine and follow your timetable as well. Not just make it, but follow it as well. So the next tip would be get proper sleep. Now I know most of the students must be taking a lot of stress regarding the board exams, but until and unless you will not take proper sleep, you won't be able to concentrate on your studies. So it's very important for you to take proper sleep. On normal days, you should normally sleep for at least 7 hours. During exam period, you can lower the time period for when you study. So get proper sleep. So now I'm going to share some tips on how to study during exams. So number one tip would be to solve as many question papers as you can. Now, when I was preparing for my board exams, for my final board exams, during the time period which I got for preparing my exam, I used to just do normal practice, revision of the subject, but just the day before the exam, I used to solve as many sample question papers as I could. And trust me, this helped me a lot. Like solving, when you solve question papers, you get to know what's your speed. You get to know whether you'll be able to solve the paper in 3 hours or not. So also you get to know the pattern of the question paper, and this applies to every kind of exam. Even if you're preparing for any other kind of entrance exam as well, you have to know, you have to be sure about the pattern of the exam, because that helps you to be efficient when you're giving your exam. My next tip would be to practice, practice, and practice. It may sound really general, but seriously, believe me, it is really helpful. It proves really helpful. The more you practice, the better will be the results. So never put a gap in your studies. Never put a gap of more than 2 days in your studies, because in that way you lose a track. So try and maintain your routine and practice, 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 practice as much as you can. But please do not overexert yourself. Just practice in right amount is what I'm trying to say. Last but not the least, definitely relax. Yes, this is the biggest thing you can do, like, which can be very helpful too. Just relax. And I know most of the students think, oh my god, this is board exam. How will I study? How will I score good? Like, I don't know. Just you try to over exert yourself by thinking, by taking so much stress, while eventually this is not what it seems. Board is something which you can conquer easily if you believe in yourself, if you practice regularly. So yeah, do not take stress. If you take stress, you won't be able to study, you won't be able to concentrate, and you will eventually end up disappointing yourself. So do not try to take stress, relax, and then study. Trust me, if you have a cool mind, even before appearing for the exam, then you will be able to memorize and remember your answers well, comparing to the situation when you're taking over stress. So yeah, do not try to stress yourself. Relax and study. This is the end of the video, and I hope you like it and you apply and use these tips in your daily life, and I hope it helps you a lot. And thank you for watching this video. Share it with your friends. So that, yeah, thank you for watching, and good luck for your exams.